Hey everyone, it's Sam here, and today I'm going to show you how to make a Shadow Box bendy card with the full acetate this time. So I've done a few of these already and they'll be coming up in the playlist now. But I wanted to make a Christmas card for my nan. Sadly she passed away this year, but she did love my paper crafts, and the local crematorium do have a letterbox to heaven. So me and my mum are going to be going there and posting our Christmas cards. So I've made her this really special one. I did have a card in mind for her, but when I saw this pad with all of the robins and the poinsettias, it's everything that my nan loves about Christmas, so I thought I'd use it to make this really special card. You've got plenty of space on the back there as well to write your message, and then this is the one that I made during my craft along on Wednesday just gone, and I've made this lovely music themed card. I've got the 8x8, I've done the 6x8, and I've also got the 7x7 size as well, but I'm going to be doing 5x7 and 6x6, so they will all be in that playlist as a mini series. You don't need any specialty dies to make this card either, which I know lots of you like, so let's get started and I'll show you how to make it. So to decorate this card I'm using the lovely kit. This is Festive Noel collection. You get 79 elements and it's from issue 277 of Simply Cards and Papercraft. If it's still available, I'll link it below, but it's great for those quick cards, and also if you've got limited supplies or maybe you don't do any die cutting, it's already done for you. So you want 2 pieces of 8x8. Like I said, if you don't want to make this bigger size but you like the way I've decorated it and stuff, check out the other sizes on the playlist. I know the reds are slightly different because I'm down to the last few sheets, but it's not going to matter. Along the 8-inch side you want to score at 1 inch, 2, and then 6 and 7. And then you're going to fold and burnish all of those score lines, and you want to create a mountain and then a valley fold. So you want that effect on each side. So fold it right over and then fold that one back. I just like to fold mine both ways just so I don't get any cracking. You want to create that shape on both your pieces. And then for the acetate piece, this is 9x8. Along the 9-inch side, you're going to score at 1/2 inch and 8.5. This is the Hunky Dory Snowfall acetate. It's lovely. I get the big 50 sheet pack and it lasts me quite a few years. And I always like to use a metal stylus when I do any of the scoring there. You can use a plain acetate, you could use a heat resist acetate. You want a stronger weight one though, but then you could heat emboss onto this as well, which I think would look really nice. Okay, so I've got all my pieces here and I've done it so that the patterns all match up. Okay, so you want for the middle section, you need a piece. I've got the red glitter card and then the pattern paper. So the red is 3 3/4 by 7 3/4, and then the pattern paper on top is 3.5 by 7.5, and then you'll want 4 pieces of 3/4 by 7 3/4, and then 4 pieces of 1/2 inch by 7.5 inches, and you want to stick them down in each of those sections. And then I've got these elements that all match. Now these I'm going to stick to the acetate. I'm going to have the larger one at the bottom, thinner one at the top, so it just helps frame it. You probably won't need to do it so much if you're using a acetate that's got a pattern on, because you can really see the acetate, but I just felt with this one, the plain, it really did get lost, but then as soon as I had the strips it just really kind of finished it off, so that bit is optional. So I'm going to use some foam because you can build it up a bit in the middle. Just going to run that down there. I'm going to stick this one, and then I've got the Merry Christmas and Thinking of You, so they're going to go kind of there. And then I've got the other little robins. I've got that lovely there. I've got that lovely little arrangement of the flowers and that one there, so I might put them up on some foam with the robins. I love the bells there as well. I thought that could maybe be quite nice layered up, so I'm just going to have a play around and get that stuck down. Right, that's all stuck down. I'm not going to use that one. I think it looks quite nice like so, and like I said with the foam, just lifting it all up a bit. Looks very sweet. So next we can add the acetate. Now when I made this one during the live, when I wrapped the acetate around, it wasn't easy to be able to move like this and, you know, and display, because that acetate stopped you being able to pinch this part here. So, you know, have a little play around with it. See, you know, you might actually want to keep it like that, then that's fine, but I did find once you add the circle kind of finger pull, it really made a difference. So I've got myself this circle die here, which is about 1 5/8 diameter, and I just sat it over, so in the middle of this score line on the end here, and just have it so it's kind of halfway really. Just tape it down and then run that through your machine. Now you will need a bigger die cutting machine, but another little tip, acetate can be hard to cut through, especially if it's a heavier weight. So I found if you use your chrome plate and pop it in your Big Shot, plus if this is what you've got, and then run it through, it cuts really nicely. Acetate cuts really well on the chrome plate. In fact, everything cuts brilliantly with a chrome plate. So if you've got all of those bits, then give it a go. If you've got an electronic machine, then you probably will find it to be okay. Then I'm just going to flip this acetate over and just run some tape on the inside of the 1/2 inch tabs there. So whether you've cut into it or not, you just want to run your tape down those sides. Now another little tip is, because you're wrapping the acetate around this piece here, you might get a bit of resistance and it might not lay completely flat. If you just take your card and just pop it into your trimmer and just cut a little slither off the edge, you can see there, it's just a tiny piece. It's not going to affect the look of the card at all. And again, do that on the other end. It will just mean that now when you wrap the acetate around, so you can do like a dry run. Just wrap that side, pull it right across to this side, and just lay that flat. And I can see that's perfectly flat. If it's lifted up like this at an end and there's a resistance, then you just take a little bit more off. So now I can take the backing off. If you want to do one side at a time, you can. And then just fold your acetate and just clip it over that end. If you just slide it along like so, just bring it right down to the bottom and pinch it and get that in place. And again, and then just flip it over, lay that red piece, lay that piece completely flat, and then fold it over, and then give it a good burnish. Make sure that tape's all secure. And then I'm just going to add some more tape now over this 1 inch section at each side. And then you're going to take your other piece and you're going to just stick this right down over the top, just lining up the cardstock. And now when you bring it up, because you've got your finger pull there, it's really easy to get inside. So because, like I said, it's snowfall acetate, you can clearly see there's acetate there. But if you do want to add a bit more decoration, because these strips are in that kit, I thought it would look nice to have one along the bottom and one along the top. They don't quite, they're not the full 8 inches. If you want to make sure that they're going to go from one end to the other, then do 8 by whatever width you want. But I think I can still get away with that one. And then, so that I've got somewhere to write my message, I've just cut the same size pieces again. So it was 3 3/4 by 7 3/4 and 3.5 by 7.5. And I've used that same red glitter card as a matte layer. You could do these sides as well if you want. So there you have it. That is my Christmas card to my Nan. She will absolutely love this. It's everything she loves in a Christmas card, and I'm really pleased with how this one has turned out. I've got my envelope all ready there as well, and I've done the wax seal with the Merry Christmas on, and you can see how that all looks together. And again, just to show you this one here, so if you don't want to do a Christmas card and you want something a little bit different, then do check out the live where I made that one. And again, it's got the matching envelope. So as always, thank you for watching. These will be added into the playlist that you'll see coming up now. Any of the products that I've used, if they're available, they'll be linked in the description box below. Give me a thumbs up if you've enjoyed today's tutorial. Make sure you're subscribed as well, and I'll see you in the next one. Take care. Bye.